Hello everyone. So I'm going to show you kind of what I did. Tree rings, I guess you could call them, are pretty popular, and they look really good. They really, tighten up a whole landscape. Even somebody's, house, you want to throw a tree ring around it, bam. And resale value right there. So I'm going to show you really quick what I did with the tree ring. I've done this only about 3 times. Really simple process. I did it, let's say, about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. And we'll see how it's holding up. We'll see how the fabric's, doing. And this won't be an exact step-by-step. I'll try to step-by-step walk through it with you. But as far as a finished product, we're kind of just going to be overviewing it today. And honestly, they look amazing. And they really tie a house together. So let's jump into it and I'll show you what I did. All right, guys. So here is just a basic tree ring. All right, this is what I'm talking about when I mention it. Pretty straightforward, this is just a birch tree in our front yard. And wife wanted to keep it. I wanted to take it down, but it did actually come back through, had some decent leaves on it, so we are going to keep it. Anywho, you can see I got some branches in here and whatnot. I gotta pick all this crap up. But anyways, so what I did here was basically I did a 3-foot radius, or 3-foot. Yeah, it was a 3-foot radius around this tree. And so basically all I did, it doesn't have to be anything special. I started out, about, right at the trunk of the tree, right at the base, and measured out 3 foot. And I had a little can of spray paint, marked a spot here, went to here, came out 3 foot, marked here, blah, blah, blah. You guys get the point. 3 foot all the way around the thing. And then I just took a shovel and a wheelbarrow and dug up the sod. Didn't take it down very far, probably took it down a total of, I don't know, a couple inches, just to get the sod out of there, kind of get it, all dirt. Took out whatever, tiny roots are sticking up. This tree was a mess before I did this. And then you can see some fabric showing here. We've had some good windstorms, rainstorms, whatever. I only put, you can see down here, I guess it's pretty thick right here. I haven't looked at this in a while. So right here, you're probably talking, whatever, good handful of mulch. I know 2 inches is recommended. I think I put about 3.5 bags from a typical Lowe's or Home Depot, and 3.5 bags did this 3-foot radius. I mean, 3 foot is basically going to be all of your trees. This one's kind of a split trunk, but 3.5, 4 bags is going to give you plenty of cover. I had these pavers left over. Those were in the backyard when we bought the house. So I said, screw it, I'm going to use them. And all I did was basically, the little guys, little earwigs there. Anyways, basically just took, some filter fabric, cheapest stuff from Lowe's, guys. I mean, I'm not trying to make this whole project. I had the pavers, so I'm probably looking at a total of, I don't know, mulch was like $4 a bag, $12 plus the fabric. You're probably looking at $20 to do this. If you had to include the pavers, you're probably looking at like $40. I mean, it takes like, I don't know, approximately 40 pavers is what I had here. So it's really not that expensive. You can find these pavers for like 68 cents a pop. They're nothing special. Fabric, it's really compressed now, but I mean, I didn't double up or do anything special on this. It's pretty straightforward. Went through, put some staples in it. You can get the ground spikes. So let's say $50. Cost about $50. If you want some really nice pavers, you're looking at about $100. But I mean, the overall value it adds is absolutely absurd to your house, because I mean, these just make it look so much cleaner. It was all weeds except for one. All right, aside from that, weeded that flower bed last week, and it's pretty nuts, except that one sunflower. That thing popped through. Anyways, so yeah, guys, this kept the grass up pretty down, I should say, pretty well. There's like a couple sprouts. I mean, you'll get this, typical stuff in between. I mean, other than pouring concrete, you're always going to find that. But for a cheap method, I'm really happy with them. And honestly, this probably took a total of 45 minutes maybe to knock one of these out. There's really not much to it. You basically just, dig the sod. And once the sod is dug, you lay the fabric down, and then, you can just overlap the fabric. It comes in whatever, 2-3 foot sections. You just overlap the fabric, around the tree. And I didn't get wicked close to the trunk. There wasn't much root growing or weed growing in there. So I went as close as I could, and then other than that, I just let it be. Basically, cut the fabric off, and then basically just line the pavers up, guys. There's really not a whole bunch to it, but I did another one that was over here. As you can see, that one looks nice. And then there's another one on the other side of the truck over there with that birch tree. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to do a short, quick video. I've seen a lot of videos on these, and there's a good amount of rhyme and reason to them. But I mean, honestly, I like to make videos as simple as possible. I mean, you basically remove the grass, lay fabric, put your pavers in, and throw some mulch on top. I mean, there's really not a whole bunch to it. These are going on, like I said, probably a couple months, if not plus. Yeah, I mean, come on, they've probably been going now. I did this at the beginning of summer, and we're in August now, so we're probably looking at 4 months here. You've got some wind, you can see a little bit of fabric right there, but I mean, for the most part, it's not a big deal. I mean, don't overthink it. If this is a small project that you guys are looking to take on, then I say just, go full force on it. I mean, there's really not a whole bunch going on to them. If you really wanted to prevent weeds fully, you could pour concrete around this whole thing. The only issue is those are more used for flower beds. And with the concrete method, you're not going to get as much saturation under the tree, which most of the tree water comes from outside source. So, out in here, the roots, the trunk isn't really as much of a water grabber. But, you don't want to mound a ton of, freaking mulch around the tree. Just a simple 3-foot section or 3-foot radius looks pretty good. I mean, in comparison to house, it looks pretty natural, and it gives it a nice enclosure. But there's tons of pavers, tons of different colors. Well, 4 different colors of mulch probably. But for the most part, I say go for it. If you want a little weekend project, this is a fun one to tackle. And if you're anything like me, I like to see progress extremely quickly. So this is something that you can do pretty much. If you have 10 trees in the front yard, you can knock them out in a weekend, and it looks fantastic. So until next time, guys, have a great day.